shadows we defy the lies. No time for tears, no time for sorrow. We fight today to save tomorrow. Steel meets skin and hearts collide. In this wasteland we won't hide. Scars tell stories of battles won. We march like warriors under the sun. We are the fire that never dies. Wasteland warriors hear the cries. Together strong we face the night. We are the storm, we are the fight. We are the fire that never dies. Wasteland warriors hear the cries. Together strong we face the night. We are the storm, we are the fight. We are the fire that never dies. Wasteland warriors hear the cries. Together strong we face the night. We are the storm, we are the fight.
Angel Grove, 15 years ago. Angel Grove is bustling with life. Children play in the park, families walk down the streets, and cars honk in traffic jams. The iconic Angel Grove Youth Center is filled with activity, its familiar logo marking a peaceful, vibrant time. We focus on Drake, a 10-year-old boy, riding a skateboard, and Sloane, an 11-year-old girl, sitting on a bench nearby, sketching in a notebook. The two are close friends, enjoying the simplicity of their childhood.
Come on, Sloane. You gotta try this.
No thanks. I like my buns unbroken, thank you.
Ah, come on. You're no fun.
Suddenly, a strange whistling sound fills the air. Both children look up, as do other people around them. The whistling gets louder, more ominous.
What's that sound? I don't know.
The sky begins to crack open, revealing a massive, glowing orb of dark energy. It's Rita Repulsa and Lord Zedd's ultimate weapon, a bomb designed to obliterate the Morphin grid and everything tied to it. The streets plunge into chaos as people scream and run for cover. Drake grabs Sloane's hand and they start running, terror in their young eyes. The mighty Morphin Power Rangers are seen charging into action to stop this evil plot. They make their way to the dark orb's location and look up at it in disbelief. They use their blade blasters to open fire upon the orb, but it only grows in size.
We have to get to my house. Hurry!
Suddenly, a blinding flash fills the sky as the bomb detonates, creating an enormous shockwave. Buildings crumble and the ground shakes violently. Drake and Sloane are knocked to the ground as everything turns to chaos. Angel Grove and the surrounding cities are decimated by the explosion. Then, in a ripple effect, the destruction spreads across the globe. The world as we know it is gone. Present day. The landscape is now a barren, apocalyptic wasteland. A vast desert stretches for miles where cities once stood. The sky is gray and covered with swirling dust, and the remnants of civilization are nothing but shattered buildings and ruins. In the distance, we see Drake, now an adult, walking through this desolate world. Drake's once bright and optimistic spirit has hardened. His face is dirty, his clothes are patched together from scraps, and he carries a crude sword made from salvaged metal. His every step is careful, cautious. He is a survivor, constantly on edge. Sloane follows a few paces behind him, equally hardened by years of surviving in this nightmare world. She carries a scavenged rifle, a dirty pistol, and a small satchel filled with medical supplies, her resourcefulness evident in her every movement.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
That just means they're watching us. And waiting.
Sloane crouches, scanning the horizon through the scope of her rifle. Her eyes narrow as she spots movement in the distance.
Putties.
Drake freezes, his body tensing. They both know what that means. The putties, once mindless foot soldiers under Rita and Zedd, have now mutated into feral, dangerous creatures due to years of exposure to the broken Morphin grid. They are faster, stronger, and more savage than ever.
How many?
At least 5. Maybe more.
There's no time to run. We'll have to fight.
Sloane nods, both of them taking up defensive positions behind the wreckage of an old car. The feral putties crawling toward them like predators stalking prey. Their bodies are twisted, some with glowing cracks running along their skin. Their screeches echo through the wasteland. The putties charge. Drake leaps into action, swinging his makeshift sword with precision. Sloane takes a few well-aimed shots, dropping 2 of them, but the others close in fast.
They just keep coming!
Sloane switches to her sidearm, firing point-blank as another putty leaps at her. But despite their skill, the numbers overwhelm them. One of the putties tackles Drake to the ground, snarling as it claws at him.
Drake!
Suddenly, just as it seems like they'll be overrun, a surge of energy explodes from within Drake and Sloane. Drake's body is enveloped in a bright green light, and Sloane in a vibrant pink. Their movements become faster, more fluid. They seem to glow with the same energy once wielded by the Power Rangers. Drake drives his sword through a putty, sending it disintegrating into nothing. Sloane spins, firing with perfect accuracy, dropping the last putty with ease. As the dust settles, the 2 stand in the middle of the battlefield, breathing hard, the glow slowly fading from their bodies.
What was that?
I don't know. But it felt familiar.
The 2 exchange a bewildered look. Then, in the distance, they hear the sound of something mechanical approaching. Drake and Sloane immediately take cover, weapons at the ready.
Stay down. There's no telling what's next.
A strange humming sound fills the air, followed by the appearance of a holographic projection. It's Alpha 5, robotic friend and aide of the original Power Rangers, flickering and damaged, but still operational.
Ay! I finally found you!
What the hell is that?
It's Alpha? You know, from the old Power Ranger stories.
Alpha 5 leads them to a hidden underground Ranger command post buried beneath the wasteland. The command center is old and broken down, its lights flickering weakly and its equipment covered in dust. On the walls, remnants of the Power Rangers' history can be seen. Damaged posters, old weapons, and fragments of Ranger suits, now relics of a forgotten time.
You are part of something much bigger than you know. The Morphin Grid never truly died. It chose you and others to carry on the legacy of the Rangers.
No. That can't be right. We're just survivors. Her and I, we're not Rangers. All that was a long time ago.
No, you are Rangers. Or at least you will be. The Grid chose 6 children. When the old Rangers were lost, it became your duty to finish what they started.
Drake and Sloane exchange a long look, the weight of the revelation settling over them.
Who are the others?
There are 4 more. They were chosen just like you, but you must find them. Only together can you stop what Rita and Zedd set in motion. Only together can you undo this apocalypse.
Drake steps forward, his jaw clenched. He isn't entirely sure he believes this, but deep down he knows there's no other choice. They can't survive in this world much longer without a real plan.
All right then. Where do we start?
Alpha 5's hologram flickers, showing a map of the wasteland. Red, yellow, blue, and gold markers blink at different points across the desolate landscape.
Find them. Unite the Rangers before it's too late.
The hologram flickers and fades, leaving Drake and Sloane alone in the dark, staring at the map. Drake and Sloane stand in the dimly lit command post, the enormity of their mission settling over them.
4 more Rangers out there. scattered across the wasteland.
Then we find them. We don't have a choice in this.
Sloane steps forward and examines the locations on the map. Each blinking dot represents a different point in the destroyed world, but none are close by.
The closest one is here, in the west. Could be a few days' trip on foot. Maybe more, depending on what's out there.
Then we go west, and we find them, one by one.
Before they can move, a distant rumbling shakes the command post. They both tense, looking around as dust falls from the ceiling.
What was that?
Trouble.
The rumbling gets louder, followed by faint, inhuman screeches. A sound Drake and Sloane know all too well.
Putties. And not just a few.
The sound of the feral putties echoes outside the command post, growing closer by the second. Sloane pulls out her rifle, while Drake checks his sword.
They must have followed us. Maybe they sensed the power surge when we got all lit up and followed us here.
Drake steps up beside her, both ready to fight once more.
Let's get out of here before we're trapped underground.
Drake and Sloane emerge from the command post into the cold, desolate night. The moonlight casts long shadows across the barren landscape, and the distant screeches of the mutated putties draw closer. Suddenly, from the shadows, the first wave of feral putties appears, grotesque and twisted versions of the once mindless soldiers. Their bodies are cracked, glowing with residual energy from the broken morphin grid, their claws sharp and deadly.
Here they come.
Drake steps forward, raising his sword as the first putty charges. The fight is fast and brutal. Drake slices through the creatures with precision, while Sloane picks them off from a distance. Despite their skills, the putties are relentless, their numbers growing.
We can't keep this up. They're everywhere.
A putty lunges at Drake, knocking him to the ground. He wrestles with it, narrowly avoiding its claws, before finally plunging his sword through its chest. As the creature disintegrates, Drake scrambles to his feet, panting.
There's too many. We need a plan.
From a distance, Noxakar, a towering armored figure, watches the battle unfold. His armor is sleek, blackened steel with red accents, and his eyes glow faintly with malevolent energy. He stands alongside a small group of elite putty commanders, his arms crossed as he observes.
So, the new Rangers have finally awakened.
A putty commander, more intelligent and humanoid than the feral ones, steps forward, bowing slightly.
Do we engage, my lord?
No. Let the swarm do its job for now. I want to see if they're truly worthy of the power they've been given. If they survive, we will deal with them. Personally.
Noxakar turns his back on the battle, his cloak billowing in the wind. His presence looms like a dark storm over the wasteland, his intentions clear. Control, conquest, and the obliteration of any remaining Rangers. Back at the battlefield, Drake and Sloane are surrounded by the putty horde. The creatures close in, their glowing eyes locking onto their prey.
Drake, we're out of options.
Come on. We need more power. We are not strong enough like this.
Suddenly, the green and pink energy from earlier begins to surge again, brighter and more intense. Drake's green ranger energy pulses around him, while Sloane's pink ranger aura flares to life.
It's the grid. It's waking up.
The energy courses through them, igniting their full potential. Drake's hand grips his sword tighter as it begins to glow with green power, while Sloane's sniper rifle is enveloped in pink light, transforming into a more advanced, high-tech ranger weapon.
Looks like we're not just surviving anymore.
Oh, now? Now we fight back.
With renewed strength and their ranger powers fully activated, Drake and Sloane engage the putty horde again. This time they cut through the creatures with ease, Drake's sword slashing with enhanced speed and force, and Sloane's sniper shots hitting their targets with deadly precision. The remainder of the battle is fast-paced, the putties obliterated by the sheer power of the new Rangers. Noxakar watches from the ridge, his eyes narrowing as Drake and Sloane decimate the putty forces. He turns to his putty commander, his voice cold.
Interesting. It seems they've unlocked the grid's power sooner than expected. No matter. It's only a matter of time before they fall.
He steps forward, raising a hand toward the battlefield.
We'll be ready for them when they do.
As the last putty falls, Drake and Sloane stand in the middle of the battlefield, panting and exhausted, but victorious. The pink and green energy around them fades, leaving them once again in the harsh reality of the Wasteland.
What? What was that?
It's the grid. We're tapping into it now. More than we were before.
We're not just survivors anymore. We're Rangers.
They look out over the Wasteland, knowing that this battle was only the beginning. The world may have been broken, but with the grid's power awakening inside them, they have a chance. A slim one, but a chance to fix it. As they prepare to move on, Drake looks back at the horizon, his expression hardening.
We find the others. We bring them together. And then we take down whoever's left running this nightmare.
As the two walk into the night, they look at the blinking map from Alpha 5's projection, showing the 4 remaining Ranger signals scattered across the Wasteland. To be continued.
Wasteland, we won't hide. Stars tell stories of battles won. We march like warriors under the sun. Steel meets skin and hearts collide. In this wasteland, we won't hide. Stars tell stories of battles won. We march like warriors under the sun. We are the fire that never dies. Wasteland warriors hear the cries. Together strong, we face the night. We are the storm, we are the fight. Echoes of pain in the barren land. We hold the future in our hands. Against the darkness we stand tall. In unity we conquer all. No chains can hold, no walls can break. Our spirit fierce, no fear to fake. In every heartbeat, every breath, we laugh in the face of death.